I'm Insomniac.
And I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit.
a.k.a. Chatting with Pops.
Alright, what episode is this?
74, 5, 6, I don't know.
Great. Apparently it's 3 episodes today. 74, 5, 6. And the topic is from Victor. Last name starts with a C. If you opened a business, what kind of business would it be? We have ideas of things.
Well, how about you start off today?
Well, the original business I wanted to open, which actually by freshman year of college I had an entire business plan drawn out, was a music store / venue. So during the day it would be a music store in the front, but towards the back in the type of property I wanted to lease, there would be a large open space with a nice built stage, and it would be a music venue, but an all ages venue, because at least in this state there's really nowhere for anyone under 18 to play at all, which is kind of sad. You have to basically be older to play somewhere in a band here and have a show. So I always wanted to do that, and being that at the time me and him were in a music store business and I was playing in bands, I knew both of those businesses inside and out. So I created the whole plan and everything, and it would be a place that would basically be open practically from morning till the wee hours of the night. And in the days where there weren't shows, I was going to rent it out as a rehearsal studio. There'd be teaching studios in there, a small retail type side in the front. It wasn't going to be fully stocked. I had this all down to a science. This way it would be like really low overhead, but really high profitability. And it's something that maybe I could still do in the future. You never know. I think, well, this was probably 10 years ago, but down to every penny that I would have needed to open that place, we were looking at like 55 grand.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot of money.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Somebody didn't want to be involved financially, so, we didn't do nothing.
I forgot about this.
That's right. I literally have the blueprints, everything. I mean, I'd have to maybe adjust them a little bit to size based on what space we could rent, but I have the whole place.
I forgot about that. And that's weird because, pretty much that would always, it's our first choice. So I was going to say a music store. However, my spin, I feel that I've been very much like a music therapist in how I've functioned in any facet and level of teaching that I've done. So there's a spin today. It's weird. I forgot about that. Now my spin would be to make sure it would be clear that there'd be music therapy going on. And why I say that is I don't like traditional teaching, and I feel like for me God put it on my heart to do things a certain way in the way I do them, and they're very different than the way other people do them. I've been blessed with that. So, and I feel it's music therapy. So there would be lessons, there would be a music store, but it would be very much deemed music therapy in how I deal with people, how I present teaching music, how someone would learn the music, how they would learn the whole thing, performing, but also on the level of, I believe people, and I've learned this, people use making music in the way I do it as a therapy, as an outlet, as a release. So it would definitely be marked or deemed music therapy today.
There might be a legal aspect to that you'd have to find a way around, though.
Yeah, well,
I don't think you can market yourself as a music therapist without a degree.
Well, that would be fine. I wouldn't mind to even get education again. Something I've been thinking about. Very strange. That's been coming up for me a lot lately.
I'm sad that I wasted so much time in college getting an education.
Well, it's funny how we're still on. We have always been on that page, but that's something we've always, one of the first things that I ever imparted on the topic, but a little off the topic, to Rob, when he was very, very young, was I put the drumsticks in his hands, literally.
I'm gonna have to throw that tangent alert up here again. What the fuck does that have to do with what business we'd want to open?
Well, it's just weird that I forgot all about your plans. I did. So there's like
70-something other episodes, and half of them are mentioning our music connection, And we're going to that
but
again.
I forgot, about your plans and that here we are.
Yeah, it's even named The Last Stop. Remember after the Dave Matthews song from
Well, I'm starting to get Lufian, so, I'm shot. Don't remember that detail, but I do remember it.
So the second business I had an idea to open a while ago, but not possible at all, because this one, once I did the research, I realized that it would take like at least somewhere in the middle six figures to ever do this. Would be a kind of free-for-all style sign on the dotted line in case you die, I'm not responsible at all. Free-for-all road course and drag strip racetrack. And by free-for-all, what I mean is in this piece of shit state, there's nowhere for you to really use your cars if you have them. I wanted to, not like the size of the Nürburgring or something, but I wanted to have a road course built, something pretty decent, and of course 2 or 4 lanes for drag strips. But instead of it being like super all about, all these crazy rules, and I'm not sure if those are state mandated or not, I don't think they are, but I would basically have it be, you'd have safety equipment and you'd have people there to oversee things, but basically you bring your car, you sign off. This way, if you crash it, you hurt yourself, you flip over, your car falls apart, 3 engines explode, we don't care, none of that matters. You pay us the money, you go fucking town on the tracks. And if your car still runs by the time you're done, you can leave. Hopefully you had a blast, and that's it. Instead of all these crazy rules, and you have to have these things, and you have to have this type of roll bar if you run this type of time, all of that mess. So basically somewhere for everyone to take their cars that they had fun building or bought and have a blast. That was the second idea. But then when I started, you would be absolutely blown away if you knew how much it cost to build a track. It's not, you'd think like, some blacktop, but then when you actually get into the science of it and the angling, how much blacktop you actually need, the type of foundation you need for a racetrack, the way it needs to be prepped, holy shit, it is a very, very, very expensive business.
Don't know, but that's
so that was my number 2.
Cool idea.
But then I scratched it. What's your number 2?
Wow, that's tough. When I thought about this topic, I thought it was just like one business, so I thought more on what we already discussed.
Well, you don't have to have another one.
I don't know. That's my number 2 would be some sort of, I don't want to say a bar. I'm not a big go in bars and drink, and never really was. I played in bars, lots of bars.
Coming from the guy who gives me shit when I open a beer. What kind of bar?
But
What are we going to serve bubbly tea?
See, but that's what I'm saying. I would love to open a club. But not necessarily, now he's busted my chops, but not necessarily a bar. See, we're back to the venue thing, but I'm separating it from the news. That's a great idea. But,
So all you're talking about is one of the 3 stages of the business I was already going to open. Because you're talking about basically a dry club, which would be an all-ages venue.
A dry club.
So you're talking about a venue where you don't serve alcohol because kids are going to be there.
So I always stay with the music idea, but right, that's it. A dry club where everybody could come and play, all out play. I guess just like a jam session, like you could go to an open mic, whatever, but a little more elaborate than that, a little more upscale, a little more serious, and then everybody can be together and do it, and then beyond that, I'd have to get an education for one other thing that has been an aspiration through my life, because I've found that I've been given back in a lot of ways in the recent years of my life, and I've often, just like Dr. Scalamaro, who hopefully will see this, she was asking where Chatting with Pops was.
Don't worry, the episodes are still coming. They're just not exactly on the week now because things are very busy.
So Dr. Scalamaro had said to me one time, sitting in a session, after many years of therapy and helping myself and understanding the psyche and how my mind works these days, I'd have to go get an education again, and one would keep telling me, you're not too old, you're never too old, and nothing is ever over, and
this is the longest road ever to what the hell
are you talking
about?
I would love to be able to counsel people, help people, period.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why did it take you 7 minutes to get to that?
Because I'm chewing on my words, because I need to go get a whole hell of a lot of education for that. But
it depends on what kind of counselor you want to do. You'd have to get some education, but unless you want to be an actual psychiatrist, you don't have to go get a doctor's
I wouldn't want to be a
degree.
psychiatrist.
If you want to be a counselor or a you want to do counseling, you could go, get your.
But there's very few people that have not said to me, very few, and I really mean that, Rand, you'd be a great counselor. You would be a great, therapist, whatever. And it's something, because of giving back all this time in whatever ways I do, that I've come to realize that I'm always kind of connecting with someone or giving back, and I do usually care very much so. But
you should have said strip clubs. There's a lot of hoes in this state that need a job.
No, not interested. Right away, I'm talking about a dry. I'm not interested in all the crap.
So a dry strip club. You're gonna have to hire better hoes though, because if you don't drink enough, you know what I mean.
All right, he's. All right, so that's it for me though. Honestly,
no dry strip club.
I chewed on the therapist thing because it's really, that's something as I grow older and have grown in wisdom and knowledge and stuff, that I really like to help people. I want to help people. I know, because whatever I've suffered through, I'm giving back now in so many ways, and I think that I could probably help change people's lives by the grace of God. So
I need a haircut.
So, oh jeez, I give up. So anyway,
okay. So my third business.
He's still going.
I want to open a cigar/coffee bar.
Well, it's all your passions now, so that's cool.
But I mean, that would be, interestingly enough,
cigar/coffee bar.
Interestingly enough, other than, I suppose I'd try to make it BYOB, so you could bring liquor if you want, but I wouldn't serve liquor there either. It'd really be about the cigars and the coffee. All kinds of coffee, specialty coffees made different ways.
Isn't that kind of
espressos.
like what place songs you go to?
No, you don't have a coffee bar there. He has an espresso machine and which I appreciate, but no, I'm talking about like a legitimate, like manned coffee bar with all specialty coffees and different.
Sounds good. He's set for this. He was ready for this. I was too. But
business ideas forever.
Oh, great! That's great.
Those are the three main ones, and two of those are attainable one day. Maybe the racetrack, unless I ever make millions of dollars somewhere. That's not happening.
The racetracks.
Besides, I'm pretty sure the state wouldn't let that happen, because to just sign off and then, go kill yourself thing, they're probably not going to be all right with that.
Yeah, no, because it's all about money. It's all about insurance. It's all about the same old.
Because it would literally be a kind of like a release form where it's like, if you flip over and die, we're going to just scrape you off the racetrack and let everyone keep driving.
That's too much bureaucratic bullshit for that. They wouldn't let you do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I do in Pennsylvania. Then they don't give a shit about anything.
That's different. Oh, yeah.
Well, just do it right over the border in Pennsylvania. They don't even know you're alive there.
There are no words. There are none.
It's a big wasteland full of cows till you get to Philadelphia.
Well, this is what I had, because when I read your topic, is this guy still a subscriber?
Victor, yeah, he's a patron. He's everything.
Great. Victor. I thought, one idea, and obviously me and Rob have been on the same page with that idea for a long time. So,
and cool. we could do that business if somebody would spend some money, but,
Cool topic. I don't know why we didn't get to this one. Well, I don't know.
Andy curved it.
Cool topic.
We noticed that there's some new subscribers. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I see you all there. I've been watching and looking, but I think one woman commented, and I thank you. But there's a bunch of subscribers. We appreciate it. We really
Pops
do.
has been doing a good job keeping up the comments.
I'm trying.
So hit some thumbs ups for Pops doing the comments.
So it's me and you guys.
That's right. I just show up on camera and say shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and don't forget that I edit the whole episode. But then after that, it's all you and Pops. I don't get involved anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the best I can.
And that was fun.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad. I totally forgot till you start talking about that idea.
That I created an entire business plan, and then you were like, I don't want to spend any dollars at all, and then we didn't do anything.
That was a great idea. Anyway, all right.
Alrighty.
See you guys.